Hello, you beautiful people. I am your friend Kevin, and this is your Divine Daily Blast. Let's get right to it. As usual, we are in an angel numerology number 6 day today. So, what does the number 6 tell us? Revising plans. I like to revitalize. Being responsible, being loving and compassionate, selfless, and pretty much kind. We're being urged on a 6 day to stop worrying about the material things and refocus thoughts on positive desires. This is also a spiritual message to lift up your vibration higher and be present to what's going on. I like to call it reach for the stars to get over the hill. You're being given kindness from heaven, to urged to stop the mad merry-go-round and become the master of your own plan. This works with the 7 of Swords card, which is really about choices and how we can get caught up in the, do I make this choice, that choice, like the second guessing. That's part of a number 6 day. And this is where I like, on an angel numerology number 6 day, get grounded. Even if you close your eyes, take a deep breath down to the soles of your feet. Imagine your soles of your feet underneath the surface of the earth, grounded in the love of Mother Nature, grounded in, I've got this grounded. And then use the knowledge that comes through your heart space, your intuition, to make the decisions that you need to make, even if they're different decisions that you made yesterday, all encompassing the number 6. You know, when things get a little heady, when they start to get a little, I like to call it cattywampus, things go sideways, things don't quite work, there's that tendency to worry and fret. Everything is a vibrational energy that flows. We have to keep the flow going. Whenever there's worry, whenever there's anxiety, whenever there is a feeling of discontent, that's growth. That's evolution. It is playing around with fear, fearlessness. It's playing around with the idea that we're limited or limitless. And this is where we keep bumping up against resistance. Whatever we resist is going to persist, so we need to revitalize and review. Here goes my isms. I am in whether it's reviewing, renewing, revising, replenishing mode. You know, when your computer starts to play around, act up, you push the reset button, you restore it, you shut it down, you redo it, and all the components inside that thing just keeps on clicking into place. It does take a moment or two to ground, take a deep breath, revisit something and start fresh. I am focused on joy and well-being for myself and others. That's a number 6 day. Even if you just said that, you're tapping into angel numerology of 6. Dear God, thank you for entering where you already abide. That's what you say when you're present to the fact that you just woke up to something new and different. You just got your head around, oh, this is what we're doing. We got a message from the guardian angels. We love a good time and a good joke as much as you do. Allow space in your life for lightness, space in your life for joy, in all moments, great and small. I am a magnet for good hair days and spontaneous dance parties. I embrace fun in my life. It's difficult to embrace the fun in our lives when there's so much conflict going on. But fun and embracing joy and happiness, that is a choice. So are conflicts. So this is where you relook at what you're buying into. We have Archangel Gabriel here this week. Heal the child within. Become that playful magnet. I let healing and light reach all parts of myself. You watching the other day, I was on the telephone watching a confetti of pine pin oak leaves. There's the long skinny leaves that come off an oak tree. the wind was just blowing, and it was a confetti of golds and yellows and reds, and they were just flying all over the place. Now, at some point or another, those leaves are going to become some sort of ground fodder, like a ground carpet for the animals to make a nest with, or to build something with. And then they create this lovely mottled carpet on the ground. You know, when you go through forest areas or woodlands, or just nature in general, the park, you just walk on these crunchy leaves. You know, and then nature brings us rain that then soaks up the leaves and then creates a bed of mulch for the ground, and so it continues, that recycling. Now, some people like to keep their gardens all nice, fresh and green and grass, and they're pulling the leaves up. Okay, well, you know, there's a lot of work. We have Lady Nada, who's with us this week, telling us to expand our heart. Let's see where the moon is today. I want to know what the moon's doing. Well, the moon has moved into Virgo. So we're now in the waning cycle of the last moon phase. So it's the last quarter. And it's arguably the most challenging part of the lunar cycle, because we are letting go of whatever is not in our highest good, regardless of how much we might enjoy it. I've said this before, every moon cycle we have to clear out. I've been doing that this week, going through kitchen cupboards. I think this afternoon, or maybe even tomorrow, I may tackle the spice cupboard and go through spices that, you know, what do I need these for? It feels good to do that. It feels really good to do that. Let's see what else I can tell you about the Lady Nada. If there's anything in here that you might want to know. She's the embodiment of divine love. She is one of the leaders of the Karmic Board. It is said she's a member of the Council of Light and dedicated to bringing Christ consciousness down to the earth. Interesting. When Lady Nada comes in, which she is this week, our heart is ready to expand. It is opening wide for all of us to experience and embody divine love. This is a powerful opportunity for all of us to heal the traumas of the past regarding whether it's relationships, emotional letdowns, disappointments, all of these things. The journey to self-respect that we've been on is leading to a genuine experience of self-love. It's like leading us all to this feeling of liberation and freedom. So within every single one of us is this capacity to experience great love. That love that's eternal and never dies. That this is a mighty love. And it's really time to share our love out to the world without any kind of fear. Let's see what the fairies have to say. Gertrude, Beatrice, I know you're around. Ooh, I know that you're around. They're sitting on. Okay, so they're facing the water, the ocean, and they're sitting up on a dune. So I can see the waters coming up, like the waves lapping onto the shore, and I can see the sun. It feels like the sun's coming up, or at least the earth is turning towards the sun as it rises. So they're facing east, and they say they're just meditating. Oh, here's a card that's turned over. Friendship. Okay. Fairies and humans alike need friends. Now is the time to seek out those who will support and encourage you on your journey to fulfill your dreams. So I'm thinking, how am I going to weave this into open your heart more to friendship. Open your heart of support to those who you love and who love you. Check in with people you may not have checked in with for a while. Maybe get with people to open up their inner child. You know, we always need somebody to talk to, always need somebody to have a cup of tea and a chat with. In England, they say, let's go and have a cup of tea and a biscuit. So they go to a little coffee shop. Biscuits in England are like cookies. It's lovely to just sit there with, well, I'm sure here there's coffee, but tea and a nice big dunkable biscuit. Just saying. All right, my friends, that's it from me. Not too much happening in these off weeks. Off weeks being like between the new moons and the full moons, they're off weeks. We get the waning moon, the waxing moon. There's always things to do. I think that's why the old traditions, you know, pagan traditions, all kinds of things work on this lunar cycle. Kind of interesting. I'll be back tomorrow morning with another one. So I love your comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, keep this going. Open your heart, check in with your friendships, and we'll see each other tomorrow. Lots of love. Bye for now.